Did you say, hey, why do you not like the Celtics?
No, I didn't say that.
He almost joined the Celtics.
No, I didn't.
They wanted him to come join the team in 2008. He didn't do it.
I didn't know that.
Well,
that was
we're
the end of
back.
his career. Yeah, hello, everybody. Probably a shorter one. Yeah, it says 26 minutes now, so we'll probably go for 25 from now. So
eyeball emoji.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Probably to get a quick rapid-fire start time today. And it is busy in here, so I would like to get to my seat, so I will probably dip out when it's time. So fair warning to the chat.
How was the walk today? The ankle?
It's fine. It's not particularly comfortable, but I'll survive. The worst part is not the ankle itself. It's the boot is like plastic, and it's like jamming my shin. And I have like a pad that's supposed to prevent that, but it keeps sliding up, so my shin really hurts, if anything. But we're fine. Just a little hobbled. Okay, though. No worries. Jay King made fun of me, though, which is fun.
We got Evan in the chat with the 5 fist bumps. Is that for 5 games, Evan? Jimmy J saying, here we go, boys. Got to go up 2-0, even more so now. He's talking about Joel Embiid is out, much to my dismay.
Yep.
I was certain that they were screwing with everybody and saying that he wasn't going to play, but Woj dropped it today, said, hey, he's not going to play, so take care of business, fellas. James Harden's dressed like a clown. You better win this game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I said this yesterday, I think. I feel like, Joe, they're doing like the opposite of what you think. Like, I feel like you're saying like, oh, they're saying he's hurt, but he's going to play. I feel like they're doing the Kawhi where he's not going to play, but they're saying it's doubtful. Like, I really am not confident that Joel Embiid plays like before game 3, maybe if he plays game. Like, I feel like he's really hurt. He didn't run. Doc Rivers said before, like, he was just getting jumpers. He hasn't run yet. Like, he hasn't run on the LCL yet. So he's just like taking standstill jumpers. Like, he's really not moving around very well. And I don't know. I feel like he doesn't play like too much this series, which, we talked about it a little yesterday, like with Max, provides the Sixers some extra motivation, provides the Celtics some extra reason to not play hard. But I feel like if you're at this point, you're playing a team you've had a rivalry against. I don't know. It's hard for me to picture the Celtics not getting up for Philly, if that makes sense. Because, like, historically speaking, they always get up for the Sixers.
It's funny because the Celtics played the Sixers really well this year, and it was the Celtics that seemed to consistently be shorthanded. You had that game in Philly where they had Embiid score 1 million points, and they still barely won. Then you had the February 8th game at TD Garden where literally nobody but Tatum played the second half, and I believe they came from behind in that game and held off the Sixers. So
yeah, Tatum with the step back.
No, that was the game in Philly. February 8th was here. That was one where Jaylen broke his face.
Oh, okay, I thought that was the same game. Sorry, yes.
But yeah, they've done really well against Philly. The control in the rivalry seems to be back. I'm excited, and I'm happy Embiid's not playing. I do hope they play for real, though. It's always a concern.
Yes.
But like you said, I don't see them not getting up for Philly. I also think they may have learned their lesson. But, as we saw in early March, they had to blow leads 3 times in a row to learn their lesson. So you never know. But game 6, they look for real.
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy J saying don't want to underestimate the Sixers, but without Embiid, why not sweep? They still are a good team. I disagree with this, too. Sixers without Embiid are not as good as Hawks. I think they're still better than the Hawks. I just don't think the Hawks.
Did you see Bobby today on Twitter?
Bobby Manning. No, what
he thinks sweep. If no Embiid, sweep.
No, I don't think sweep. I think 5 games. If no Embiid, if Embiid plays 6 games, Seas better win the series. Joe, you're in 8th grade. What are you betting on there, pal? What are we doing here?
Don't incriminate him. That's messed up.
No, but like on the real, James Harden's better than Trae Young, Tyrese Maxey.
Is James Harden better than Trae Young at this point?
Yes, I think so.
He's a great passer, but we talked about it with Max. He really isn't getting downhill. He's not converting inside. You saw him against the Nets.
I'll put it this way. I just think the Sixers are a better team overall than the Hawks, like regardless of Embiid. Like they went, I think, 12-5 without Embiid this season. Like they're still a good team. I'm not sitting here saying the Celtics aren't going to win. I just don't think they'll sweep regardless of Embiid. If, like I said, if Embiid doesn't play, I think it's 5. If he does play, I think it's 6. And that's just that's just what I'm rolling with. Hello, Tim. Welcome in.
Hi. I
do you
tend to
think?
lean more towards 5 games, I think, regardless, because I just don't think it's going to make a damn bit of difference if Embiid plays or not. I think if he plays, they've got a slightly better chance. Philly does not scare me. The only player on that team that does actually put any kind of fear in me is Joel Embiid, and that man has a 1-8 record against the Boston Celtics. So, no, he does not scare me whatsoever. Oh, that's interesting. That doesn't surprise me, though. I was wondering if they were going to do double bigs tonight or not. But Joel Embiid is one of those guys who can take over a game, and James Harden has lost a step. I don't know how much better he is than. I think he's a better creator and he's less of a defensive liability than Trae Young, but I don't know if he's a better plus on offense because he's so slow now. He is. Whatever happened with him in Brooklyn with that injury, he's never been the same.
He's definitely slower. He's definitely slower. Rob's not out. He's just coming off the bench. He came off the bench last series. I assume they're sticking with it. Why not Time Lord? Time Leaders, you show Paul Reed. He isn't close to his impact.
So he can
I
stretch
just think the
floor.
Celtics. I think you need that spacing. Paul Reed, I will say, though, averaged like 4.5 offensive rebounds per game last series. Like,
can't wait.
Celtics can't mess around in the glass. So I will say at the same time, Sixers are really small without Embiid unless they're going to play Dwayne Dedmon. And if they're playing Dwayne Dedmon, then they're probably
play
bad.
Dwayne Dedmon. If you guys don't
play
know,
Montreux.
Nobody hates Dwayne Dedmon like Heat fans. When Miami traded away Dwayne Dedmon for literally nothing and maybe even gave up a pick, the sheer outburst of joy in their community was crazy. So that should tell you everything you need to know about Dwayne Dedmon. Also, he threw a massage gun at Spoelstra or something and got ejected and then never played again.
Yeah. Henry asking prediction for the best Celtics player this year outside of the Jays. That's a good question. I'll go Horford. I think he always turns up against Philly. I think he's going to draw Paul Reed out of the paint. But I also think while he should draw Paul Reed out of the paint, I think Reed's going to get stuck in between a little bit because you have to remember, last series, Paul Reed is playing Nick Claxton, Day'Ron Sharp, no spacing. This series, he's going to have to come out, and I think he's going to try to toe the line a little bit too much. Suck in, try to help on the drive against Tatum and Brown. They're just going to kick it out. And Horford's, I'll say it. Maybe Horford averages 10 to 15 points a game this series. Shoots really well from three. He's going to play good defense regardless. I know Embiid's not out there, so it's less of a chore, but you still got to box out Paul Reed. You still got to play good interior defense. And if anything, it'll give him more freedom a little bit. So I'm hoping for that. And Judah, music to my ears. I sure hope Grant plays well because he should play. He should play.
Layups.
I said as much earlier. We recorded. We did a quick preview. That's literally dropping just now. But I was saying that Grant needs to play this series. And I think because of PJ Tucker, and especially because they don't have Embiid out there, they're going to be running smaller. So I feel like going to Grant makes a lot of sense. I also think that he should have got more run against Atlanta. The one game that he really got some significant run in, he did well. Granted, it was the game that they lost. I think it was game 5, I want to say. But he should have been getting more run then. And then they used him to close out in game 6. So I thought that was good, but it's not like he got a lot of touches or anything.
Yeah, he played well there too. I know Jack was ready to jump on it, but he did. He got some good stops. And
he did.
He didn't really make his shots, but he was there. He did what they needed, and they won the game. Impressive close to that game. That was not a game I thought they would win. A lot of back and forth. Didn't bode well. They won a close game. Good for them. They broke it open, took control. Hoping to see them carry that forward in the playoffs. They're going to need that.
And hey, if Jimmy J is talking good about Marcus Smart, damn, he might have the best year of his life.
Jimmy J's
if that's
the
sort of confidence we're getting, shoot. Marcus Smart, give him credit. He played great in that Sixers series. He made a few mistakes. A lot of people only remember those mistakes down the stretch of game 5. But outside of that, he was phenomenal for him. Really good game. Henry saying Grant 10 to 15 minutes. This is another huge one. Harden and Maxey attacked them on defense, absolutely. And this as well. Shut down one of Tobias or Maxey. Maxey was their leading scorer last series. He was their leading shot taker last series. Tobias Harris shot 57% from 3. These two are coming off really good series for the Sixers, so it's up to the Celtics to match that intensity. And I'm not saying Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey are world beaters, but they will score. They will give you buckets if the Celtics don't keep up the intensity on that end. And if they mess around and play with their food like they did against the Hawks, this Sixers team has the talent and they have the shooters and they have the scorers to beat you if you let them. The Celtics are a better team than the Sixers, just like they're a better team than the Hawks. But just like the Hawks, the Sixers team has the players capable of capitalizing on the Celtics' apathetic play if it comes to that. So you can't mess around. You have a chance to, as Sam likes to say, follow the red carpet. It's laid out for you to the
It
finals.
literally could not be
Like,
easier.
I was talking
Us
today.
three
Like,
could win a title. Get out there
I'm
and
saying
win.
the Knicks or Heat might be a better team than the Embiidless Sixers, but even then, like, you don't have to face Giannis anymore. That should give you motivation enough to not mess around. And whatever team comes out of the West, like, I really do think if you count the Sixers as without Embiid, then I think the Celtics are the best team in the NBA, and the next four are in the West. So you'll have a tough time in the finals, but like, you're the best team in the league right now. Like, this is the time. Do not get complacent. Exactly. You got to go for the jugular. Absolutely. Yeah. Is Embiid out game 2? Doc Rivers said
We'll know
pregame
probably
he has
game
no
2.
idea. Yeah, he said he didn't know.
I think
Come
he's
back
out.
Wednesday.
I
Embiid
think he's
wasn't
out.
running today, so that doesn't give me a lot of hope that he's going to be not only running by Wednesday, but also game speed. But you know what I'm saying? It just feels like we're looking at 2 games without Embiid, but who knows? If they lose, if the Celtics win today, maybe Joel gets a little bit of oomph back in his step to come back. With Embiid
If
out,
they
just
lose
switching-
today, tune in tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow regardless, but tune in
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Definitely. Let's see. Henry asking, with Embiid out, does switching on the pick and roll screens work? I think you could switch everything, but at the same time, like, I guess you do switch everything. They don't really have the lob threat of Embiid, but at the same time, like, as much as people hated the drop last series, I think what both of you guys said is correct. I came out and said Harden's the better player than Trae Young. I still might believe that, but he's damn sure not as good of a pick and roll player as Trae Young is anymore. So, like, I don't think he can kill you as much as Trae Young in the lane, because Trae Young in the lane, like, that's just his game. As the Celtics come in at the time. That's like Trae Young plays deep threes, floaters in the lane. James Harden's a little bit more step back threes, volume shooter. Occasionally he'll get to the paint, but he doesn't really do that as much anymore. Like, I think you can get away with the drop coverage a little bit better in the series. And all in all, I do think the Sixers, even without Embiid, are a better team than Atlanta, but I just think it's a better matchup for the Celtics. I think you don't have to deal with a guy as big as Capella. I think you don't have to deal with somebody with the mindset and the scoring type of Trae Young. Like, obviously, like, they have scores, but they don't have the same, like, deep threes. We'll make those tough shots. We'll kill you in the pick and roll and the float game.
He's like a killer too.
He's just, he's got the
even
mentality.
though, like, he half sucks. Like, I still don't know if Trae Young's good, but I have a lot more
Sure.
respect for him after those 6 games. That's for sure. He does have a killer mentality. You saw it in the playoffs 2 years ago when he brought them to the conference finals. You saw it in that Game 5 comeback. Does Harden have that in the playoffs? Not really. Does Maxey? We don't know yet. And again, like you said, Jack, them not having big bodies on the offensive glass is going to be like me when I had my ear unclogged today. It's going to be such a relief. And they're not going to have to deal with the biggest pain they dealt with all series, which was offensive rebound. That was their biggest weakness.
Well, Paul Reed, I will say it again. I'm like saying now, he's a good offensive rebounder, and if they're not careful, it can kill them. But without,
he might get tuckered out though.
Right.
He's not used to playing big minutes.
Outside of, sorry, this is last year's roster. Hold up. Outside of Embiid, who is listed at 7 foot on the dot, it is Dwayne Dedmon at 7 foot, and then Paul Reed at 6'9", and Jalen McDaniels also 6'9". So this is like, it's just not as big of a team. Meanwhile, the Hawks, let me take a look real quick so I can get my numbers right. Like, Clint Capella's got to be 6'11", 7 foot, right? Clint Capella is 6'10". I guess he plays a lot bigger than that. I'll shut my mouth, but, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
one thing.
Exactly. They don't have the as big bodies as the Hawks did to throw around inside. So I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. This as well. Hawks legit offensively. The Hawks and the Sixers since the All-Star break had the same offensive rating, tied for 3rd place in the league. It's just a very different style of offense, and the difference you can see in that. Happy birthday, Dennis! Absolute legend. Thank you for joining us. The difference is the Sixers had the 2nd slowest pace in the NBA post All-Star break. The Hawks had the 4th highest. So you're just getting a very slowed down game with the Sixers. That being said, probably not going to be as slow without a beat on the court. So it's weird going into the game because this isn't a team i.e. the Embiid the Sixers that you've seen too often. So
Yeah, there's not a lot of sample size. I think Grandy put it out this morning. Celtics haven't been great against teams without their stars, but this is the playoffs. It's time to turn up. Walk along the red carpet because we kind of touched upon it. That Knicks Heat series, already a little bit of a bloodbath. Jimmy Butler turns his ankle. Brunson and Randall now questionable for game 2. Mitchell Robinson, they're going to put him out there, I guess, but he was hurt. And he's a big piece for New York. So regardless, you're starting to see a little bit of, brutality on the other side of the bracket. Not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Jack, you are glowing.
Yeah, you're going to have to – I'm sorry, chat.
He's done. He's given up.
I'm lucky I found a spot where I'm able to do this because I didn't want to do it with everybody and, bother everybody because it's pretty packed tonight. So
you look like Dr. Manhattan before he, decides to blow up. He's just thermonuclear.
My brother-in-law texted me, Embiid is playing about 5 hours ago. But yeah,
I would have told you that. So I was sold.
Sam tried to tell
sell.
I thought they were full of it, man. I guess not. I'm happy with that.
He wasn't even.
I kind of lean your way now, Jack.
What? That he?
Now I think they might be downplaying it. Because
well, the other thing is
the amount this has been talked about, and they keep saying doubtful.
Well, the other thing, I was talking to Cam to buy before the game, and he pointed out one, Philly needs to sell tickets still, right? And as much as you think it's shitty, and two,
kind of funny.
Two, they're handing out the MVP this series probably. So they probably don't want Joel at home or on the side. At least give him some sort of hope that the MVP might be playing. So that's the other thing.
Please,
this is also, yeah. This is also true. Who's guarding the Jays?
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker.
Not sarcastic.
Tobias.
Literally not sarcastic.
PJ Tucker will probably be.
PJ Tucker has done a very good job on Jayson Tatum. Against Philly this year, Tatum has not been good. He's under 22 points. He's 44% from the field and less than 30% from deep. It's 28 something. He hasn't been very good against Philly at all. He had the game winner, but even in that game, he was bad. Opening night, he had 35, and since then, he's really been bad.
He tweaked his wrist in game 1.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe PJ's tuckered out.
The numbers for you. PJ Tucker is guarded. Never mind. I won't share the numbers because they don't back your story. I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
are they the exact opposite?
Of PJ Tucker. Playoff pregame pick presented by Smash the Odds at Smash Odds on Twitter. Daily free picks. MLB is opened up. First month is over. Playoffs in full swing. PJ Tucker over 5.5 rebounds. My pick, Tatum double-double. Almost even money. Bonus pick, Smart double-double at plus 1,000. Jimmy J said earlier he likes Smart, so I kind of like Smart too. Anything from you, Jack? I know you probably don't have it up, but
I don't have it up. If
Jaylen over 2.5 threes is plus money.
I like that. I'd probably go Jaylen over scoring. He's been on a burner, and considering Tucker's going to probably be on Tatum, and then he's going to have Tobias Harris on him, I'll pick Jaylen to score a lot of points tonight. I'll put it that way.
There you go.
Tim?
I put a little action down, but I'm also I'm like a psychopath. When it comes to just I'm gonna lay down a 10-way parlay and to see if this hits.
That's what I do.
I'm doing a $10 bet that's gonna land me $900, and I'm just cool, great. If this hits, it's gonna be electric. I picked some of mine. I won't give all of them, but I had Jaylen. I did pick the over. I had Jaylen hitting 3+ threes, I think, and then I also have him getting 30+. I have Tatum getting 20+. I'm also a little bit of a madman because I picked Tatum to have a hot start, and I picked his over for points in the first quarter, which was 8.5. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll see if that one hits. I think he's going to come out ready out the gate. That's my thought process. Ratless prototypes. How close are you guys?
For what?
Oh,
when are you guys going to do the Ratless?
25 now.
I told Landon.
We had a good week. We had a big pod. Today's pod doing well.
Okay. I told Landon. I told you 1,000 subs. We're at 325 right now, Landon. It's a little while for you. I appreciate the support, but you've got a little bit to go before we get that.
I do have one in my head that's actually pretty good.
We'll let you know. Our pod, like Sam said, pod did good today. We appreciate the love. We did a 76ers series preview with Max Letterman of NBC Sports Boston. He also told us some funny stories about Brian Scalabrine behind the scenes at NBC.
God.
So go listen to that. It was funny. But yeah, we appreciate the support on that. Go show that some love. It dropped this morning. But yeah.
You have Judah in the chat asking what app we use to bet.
I've been using FanDuel.
So I'm from Rhode Island, and we have to use the Rhode Island Sportsbook app. It's exclusive.
I'm a FanDuel guy too.
And if you don't know, if you want to bet on the Eastern Conference winner in the good old Ocean State, you can still bet on the Nets.
Really?
Plus 75,000 if they come back from the dead and win.
That's good odds. Throw $1. I mean,
I feel like that's a broken, very, very broken app.
It's terrible.
How is that still possible?
The app's terrible.
That's so unethical that that's still there. So I was like, wow, those are great odds. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Someone's going to think
Put
it's
it
for
in a
next
parlay.
year.
put it in a parlay. Amazing.
Oh,
All right, well,
God.
the game clock says 5 minutes right now, so I'm gonna skedaddle. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go to my seat.
Skedaddle.
Do you guys want to wrap up now, or do
We
you guys
can
want to
wrap.
continue for a few
Yeah.
minutes? All right, we'll wrap up early. TNT game, so probably gonna start very close to on time, and I would like to get to my seat. So
It's a nice
you guys
change
shall
of
go
pace,
get to
isn't
your
it?
seats as well. I believe it's Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller on the call tonight.
Bless
so
up.
stand-
Bless
there
up.
you
I
go.
like that.
Thank
I love
God.
that. That's
And
great.
no more local broadcasts, right? No more NBC for the rest of the way.
No
It must
scout
not
getting
be.
excited over injuries. Or
Max
2 for
did
1.
talk to us about that too, so we can go. Check
I
it
forgot
out.
to mention the 2 for 1 to Max. I'm so mad.
No, you did. You did.
Did
We
I?
talked about it very briefly, but yeah. we
I'm
talked
sure Max has probably got some things that he said off the air about that.
about it. Next,
Jonathan would like to know if we're doing halftime. That is
halftime.
50-50.
I am up in a space where I could probably do halftime from. If nobody comes to sit here, then I will come do halftime from here. Or if there's like enough people not around me that it's not annoying, then I'll come back. But I'll call it a 50-50 for now. So just keep your eye out on the stream. Like obviously alerts and stuff will go out if we go live.
Will you
but-
make a room in advance or no?
I'll make it. Yeah, remind me after the first quarter. I'll make it then. And
Okay.
Again, it'll be 50-50. I won't know. But if we don't go live, I'll put like a post up on YouTube, like the post. So you'll
Okay.
see. But 50-50 for now. I'll let you know. For any game I'm not at the Garden, absolutely we'll do halftime. But it's just like I don't want to be annoying and talk with a million people around me. All right.
It's true.
3 minutes, 37, 36, 35 on the clock. So we'll get ready. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We appreciate it very, very much. Go check out the latest pod this morning. Go check out the new vitamin C's that just dropped as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys on the How About Them Celtics channel tomorrow morning for a podcast. Me and Sam are recording right after the game. And we will see you on Wednesday at 7:30 because it's an 8 p.m. tip pregame for the next one. So
Yes.
hopefully the Celtics play up to par tonight, even though Embiid is out. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning in your inbox and Wednesday live. Catch you later. Peace out.